Hello friends! Today I thought I'd show you what we have to do to get frames ready for the bees. This plastic frame is not as popular with our bees, so we're going to try to make it more enticing. We'd like for all the plastic frames to look like this one, so we'll get them started and let the bees do the rest. First things first though, these frames need a good brushing. Guess what's in here? Nope, not coffee. It's a mixture of water and wax. The water will boil and the wax will melt, making the perfect soup to spread on these frames. Once everything is melted down and boiling nicely, it's time to paint. Who'd have guessed you'd need a paintbrush to be a good beekeeper? The wax cools and hardens quickly, so Dad is working quickly to cover the frame. Obviously, I'm making him look like he's working super fast, but quick is key here. Both sides need this treatment, and even the top gets a little extra love. Once it's all waxed up and ready to go, we'll place it in the box with our other completed frames. We are again using a mix of wooden frames, which the bees like better, and plastic ones, which they tolerate. The next thing we need to do is refit some old frames with some new wax bases. This first type of frame is using pins, which split into two prongs at the ends to allow the wax sheet to slide into place. The pin prongs can be pinched together to secure the fit. Dad used a screwdriver to spread the prongs open. The wax sheet can then be wedged in. Our wax sheets are a little too short for these frames, but it's all we had on hand today, so we're going with it. Along the top, Dad fits a small brace to make sure everything stays where we put it. It needs to be nailed into place as well. Our second type of frame uses wires instead of pins to keep the wax secure. 2 wires run the full length of the frame and a wax sheet can be woven through them and fitted into the groove along the bottom. This type of frame also needs that brace along the top, so that gets nailed in here as well. The wire is then spur rolled into place. You can see it really does a good job wedging that wire right in there. Once both sides have been rolled like that, this frame is ready for the bees. So into the box it goes. That was the last one we needed. So now we get to give them to the bees. But first, we need a good smoky smoker. Dad builds his by using pine straw. He packs it in pretty tight. Then it's time to light it up. Once the fire looks like it's caught, more pine straw can be added, along with a few pine cones, wood chips, and whatever else we have handy to burn. Dad continues to push everything down to pack it in, and then squeezes the bellows to keep it going strong. All those little bits make for a good smoky smolder. Once we're satisfied it will keep going, we are ready to take it out to the bees. We always like to give them a little smoke at first. It alerts them to our presence and it encourages them to hunker down a bit. They tend to go between the frames when they're smoked. Dad always checks the cover to make sure the queen isn't up there. It would be terrible to take her out of the hive like that. We want to look through these bees before giving them another box. Dad says if they're not very strong, it can actually be bad to give them more space. They could spread themselves too thin and allow the brood to get too cold and then die out. This is not what we want, so we make extra sure they're ready for it. These ladies have been busy bringing in a lot of pollen. They look healthy, there's brood, and they have enough honey for now. They seem like good candidates for a box. All of our bees this year have been so very docile, even though what we're doing right now is a bit invasive. I don't know if they understand our intent or not, but we do get an occasional bee that buzzes around my hands and face once in a while, just to warn us, I suppose. We can see that some of the brood has been emerging, and the queen has been laying eggs back in those same areas. In an earlier video, I mentioned bees hatching out, but that's not entirely accurate. They technically emerge from their cells, just to set the record straight. All in all today, We were able to give several hives an extra box, but there were a couple of hives that weren't quite ready. We'll be checking back in on them very soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy our videos. Please let me know if you do. I would love to see your comments.